Hello, my little recusants. Welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy 13. And we are here in the S-Time residence. We are back with Hope and his dad. And by the way, they have like a gorgeous home. Never in my life will I ever find anything like this in my price range. But yeah, let's just recap because so much has kind of happened in the last few episodes. So we have joined forces with Fang. Fang and Vanille woke up and caused the whole hullabaloo with Lassie being made by the Pulse and Sanctum Fal'Cie, all because of their presence in Cocoon. Fang and Vanille were at Eurode Gorge where Saz was bringing his kid. There's been a whole heap of drama. And now, we now know that Saz and Vanille are obviously going to potentially have a confrontation. Hope confronted Snow. Tried to kill him. Snow saved him. And now we're here.
Now for an update on the situation in Palampolum. The Lassie continue their desperate flight, and the military has now launched an all-out campaign to eliminate them. In the event you must leave your home, please follow the instructions broadcast on this channel.
Must be the kid's family.
Roughly 2,500 civilians believed to have come in contact with the Lassie are now being held in quarantine by the Sanctum. Our latest Instapoll has shown a vast majority in favor of the immediate purging of these individuals, believing their treatment...
Lay down.
All right. See, you took the kid's toy away.
He gave it back to me. Said he didn't need it anymore.
Go figure.
It was too much. What happened to Sarah? All I could think about was, what could I have done? I hated myself for not trusting her. It hurt too much. I couldn't face it. Look, Snow. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
For what?
Everything.
If you told me your real name, I suppose I could.
Have Sarah tell you. When she comes back.
Deal.
My dad said he'd like to see you guys. He wants to talk.
The blame is mine. I couldn't save her.
If it wasn't for Snow, I wouldn't be here right now.
Snow? Did Nora? Did she say anything to you?
Hope. She said to get him home.
And that's exactly what you've done.
Phew.
Face to face like this, it's hard to believe you're all dangerous fugitives. scared to death of you, Lassie. No, not even just you. People who've helped you, bumped into you. Sometimes it's even just people who've walked by one of you. They think they're tainted and want every one of them purged.
The Sanctum's a puppet of the Foul Sea. To them, our lives don't mean anything at all. We'll stop this. Take down the Sanctum and save Cocoon.
You've thought that through? If Lassie take down the Sanctum, fear of Pulse will only get worse. It won't stop at fear. People will take up arms and stand against you. Can you imagine it? The rampant violence.
When the government's control is gone, the citizens will revolt.
So what then? We're supposed to just smile and eat a bullet? That means you too.
I know I'm part of this. I'm on your side of the fence. Harbor of Lassie and a public enemy.
Coming here was a bad idea.
This is your home. We're all here. Let's figure this out together. Huh?
Heads up!
Hope! In the back!
You're not ready for this. I'll stay here. Snow, help my dad.
Come on.
Lightning's so cool. But basically, long story short, Hope and Snow are cool now. They've kind of made peace with what happened, and Hope has kind of gotten his bit of vengeance out of his sister and realised it's fruitless. Snow has got his redemption, and now, you know, Hope has entrusted Snow with the care of his dad. So, you know, don't let the second parent die, Snow, or you might not actually be forgiven. Ooh, that'd be disastrous. But, yeah, we're back to having a 3-person party, which is great. We have a huge variety. I think we have basically every single... We have every single class or paradigm with this trio. We have Sentinel, Commando, Ravager, Saboteur, Synergist, and Medic. Yeah, we have actually the entire full spectrum with this particular party. We just can't have triple Ravager or triple Medic or double Synergist, things like that. So we don't have complete customization yet. But across these 3 characters, if we could actually get time to customize our paradigms, we actually have every paradigm we could want for this point in the game. And as I say, you need to be keeping an eye on your HP. Like, while it's grand to be like, yeah, no, I can just power through. You need to be switching back to Medic every now and again, because Lightning nearly dropped. But look at her new sword doing work. So it doesn't work quite as well with Ravager, but when she's in Commando and using the attack command, you'll see her regenerate a lot more ATB as she attacks. But now that we have Hope and Lightning back, we can upgrade their particular Crystariums, so we will do that now. I'm not entirely sure how many different ways I've said Crystarium, who knows. I should make a little compilation in a YouTube short or something. Yeah, just hopping over. Finally getting Hope Asuna, like finally, oh my god, we've been like waiting for another ability forever. But Lightning, I believe, only has Cure and Asuna. Does she have Raise yet? I can't remember. But the bottom line is, here is actually quite a nice place to grind. It's small, and you only fight soldier enemies, so for getting those incentive chips or credit chips, this is actually quite a handy little spot. And there's a save point. So with that save point, you're able to then sell your credit chips, get like better equipment and whatnot, do your upgrades. And it's all in quite a confined area, so there's not a lot of moving around to trigger a brand new fight or anything like that. So if you really want to grind, this isn't a bad spot. But I just feel like I know a better one a little bit into the future. So that was just my preference, but by all means, you can stay here and just fight those two little groups of enemies, one after the other, for plenty of experience. Now, if I was thinking critically, what I probably should have done was 2 commandos and a Ravager, or 2 commandos and a synergist even. Just to allow, I suppose, us both to be blitzing, because we would have been blitzing the entire time. And I'm just checking here to make sure, yes, I do have all of their information in the Libra, so I don't need to Libra again. And then I get stuck in the menus. And I love that, like, the 2 people are, like, attacking him in point blank range, and the character decides, no! It's the 14-year-old child behind the strong women that I must attack with my bazooka. Kind of ridiculous. But you get decent experience. It's not nothing. And all you have to do is run in a little loop. There's a treasure chest down the end here that only spawns once the house is destroyed. And unfortunately, when I stepped around the corner, it respawned the enemies further back. So yeah, just be careful. The respawn rate is quite unforgiving at times, but we're not going to worry too much. It's literally just that same encounter, and then run back. Don't go to the side of the corner, that other corridor. Stay away, because we need that space just to get that Brawler's wristband. And that's actually a really good boost to our Commando's strength here. So with the Brawler's wristband, we get an extra 50. And we also get a passive ability, Physical Wall. So it just reduces outright all damage, physical damage, by 5 points. Mightn't seem like a lot, but if you're getting hit with multiple attacks that would do like 25 times, they're all of a sudden becoming 15 those 5 times. So it's actually a lot of damage reduction when you think of it that way. And yeah, so Fang is now like a mainstay of the party now, and we kind of know that her goal is obviously going to be to find and link up with Vanille. But as I was saying in the little recap that got interrupted with a cutscene, Snow and Hope are square. We now know that Vanille and Saz are probably going to have a bit of a confrontation, because we now know that Vanille is the reason that Saz's son became a Lassie. We now know that Fang and Vanille are the reason that Sarah became a Lassie. So they're actually the root cause of all of this, which is a little crazy. But now we get another cutscene. I will stop talking, but then we have a massive boss fight, which is like really, really cool. So I'll chat to you guys then.
Are they? They're fine. Your son's a tough kid.
The battalion.
The take out the whole building next.
Dad! Hope! Thank goodness. Are you hurt?
No. How about you?
Still in one piece.
My turn. Don't shoot! I'll show you what a Lassie looks like! Me! I'm a Lassie! Surprised? Expected some kind of monster? I'm flesh and blood, like you! An ordinary citizen of Cocoon! Don't you get it? This has been our home our whole lives! How could we even think about destroying it? We want to protect this place just as much as you!
He's on our side? He's lying. What if he's telling you it's a trick?
You must be Snow Villiers. Yag Rosh, Psychom Division. I understand your plight. However, the Pulse threat is not so easily dismissed. The very existence of Lassie puts every last one of us in danger. Tell me, do you really think your life is worth more than the lives of millions of Cocoon citizens? I do not. And so, it falls to me to order your execution. It's that simple. It is my responsibility to see you put down. Your lives are forfeit. Oh, cut the crap! You want Lassie? Then kill Lassie! Why do other people have to die? The purge has got to stop! Do you think we want to purge our own people? If any trace of Pulse remains, the populace will erupt into chaos! Without sacrifice, without the purge, Cocoon will die! Quiet! I gave no order! No!
We're leaving. Hope, tie up your dad. We threatened you and forced you to help us. Got it?
There must be something
Do
else.
what she says. I can't let you get dragged into this. I want to stay here, but there's no place for a Lassie. I'm going with the others. We'll survive somehow. I promise you that. Dad, I hate to run out on you.
You're not running! This is not running away. You've made a choice. You'll survive and do what needs to be done.
You mean complete my focus?
Don't you worry about that. You make the choice.
Thanks, Dad.
Who's ready to take down a ship? We are. And like, not to say anything, but like, Nora was a lucky wife. That is all I will say.
Catch your breath. I'll throw in some hits for you.
Mr. S-Time and Hope having a serious conversation and a really good closure to their relationship. Like, there's that teen angst, like, that's whatever. But at the end of the day, they made a reconciliation, and he's like, look, you're not running, you're making a choice, and once you do what you want to do with your life, that's the main thing. Now, what we need to do is keep on Sentinel, because there are multiple enemies, and they all attack many different ways, and it's for this reason we're going to use a Libra scope. So the Libra scope applies a full Libra. I use it twice because I'm not sure, but it does a full Libra to all targets instead of just Libraing one target at a time for partial information. So we basically learn that all these different turrets have their own separate HP, and when they get destroyed, they do damage to the main hull. So we really need to break down these other smaller turrets. And unfortunately, I was very silly, and if I had have customized better, what we should have had was Medic Sentinel Synergist. Because we've done our Libra scope, we now know that every part of the machine is immune to slow. So Fang as a Saboteur does nothing with any of her ATB. At least if she was a Sentinel, she could be drawing the aggro. And yeah, so it's just about picking one of the items and just whittle down each of the smaller areas one by one. But yeah, Mr. S-Time is a handsome man. We can't let all those cutscenes go by and not at least mention that. But what's also important is Lightning asked for forgiveness. That was a huge moment. Lightning and Snow are reconciled. Hope and Snow are reconciled. Hope and his dad are reconciled. Fang and Lightning, they've kind of had their truce. But now the whole gang know Crystal Stasis isn't the end. Sarah is coming back. And so as such, now it's like we have to finish our focus so she comes back to all of her family and friends still being alive. And so you'll see just a few seconds ago, we beat one of the areas and it did 80,000 damage to the main hull. So these smaller areas are all linked in with the bigger ship. But as you can see, like, Hope is doing his best to keep up with the damage that's out there, you know? And I think what's super annoying is that Lightning gets this awesome attack regenning ATB ability sword, and in the first major boss fight she can only use Ruin, and she's not actually able to use the attack command, which is just ridiculous. Like, it's like, here's a really cool weapon, let's not make it useful for the first big boss fight, you know? And look at in hindsight, why I couldn't use Commando is that Fang would just be firing Ruin at something else entirely separate to Lightning, so we'd be splitting our damage way too much. And there's just a constant barrage, like that's literally where you need to be the one that is putting up your synergy, having on your Sentinel for a little bit of time, just so your party can actually have the defenses to cope with the constant onslaught. But with another piece down, that's another 88,000 damage, so like we're halfway through the main thing's health. But if you didn't kind of Libra that, you would just be seeing a constant barrage of missiles, gunfire, everything. Like, it is that one thing where if your stats aren't up to snuff, if you don't have enough strength and magic and HP, and you aren't equipping yourselves with good accessories, you'll just get overwhelmed. But let me know in the comments what you thought of all the different character moments, because Snow got his redemption by apologizing to Hope's dad, apologizing for like the loss of his wife, and getting that forgiveness from the S-Time family, from the son and the father, saying, look, yes, my wife was killed by the Sanctum, but you rescued my son, you brought him home safely, you fulfilled my wife's dying wish. That's all anyone can ask for in terms of what to expect from you. And then, on a deeper level, they kind of point out the flaw in their goal of like taking down the government, because the whole of Cocoon society will, one, blame them, and then two, descend into anarchy. So it really is tricky as to how to best go about moving on with the situation, because now Palom Polum and large amounts of the community are going to be deported out to Pulse like the first purge, and the communities in Cocoon are just fine with that. They're like, yeah, they're infected, just get rid of them. And as Hope's dad, Mr. S-Time, said, yes, it's just people that might have helped you, might have even walked by you, might have bumped into you. Like, it's any sort of association with Pulse causes this mass panic and this horrible situation where people are literally being, sent away and ostracized. And we're about to hit stagger, guys, so we just swap over to Relentless Assault. Just get that stagger gauge building up higher and higher. And we've nearly finished this boss fight. And so keeping up the offense while getting a little bit of healing from Hope. His Cura is able to send a cure to everybody, which is really good. But can we also just talk about the fact that, like, Snow has muscles that I, don't even know exist half the time. They do draw them very well, in fairness. And, Snope... What is with me in saying Snope today, guys? I'm so sorry. I'm leaving them in because it's just mortifyingly embarrassing. But yeah, Snow, like, going out, taking on the guards and kind of saying, listen, like, we're from Cocoon, we're just people, that this horrible fate has befallen us, but, like, we don't want to hurt Cocoon. And then we have to also talk about the fact that some mysterious force threw in, like, I'm not sure, is it like scarecrow gas in like the Batman series, but like they all basically just started going crazy and shooting each other. So there was like some loony insanity gas thrown, everyone started killing everybody else, and now this one big ship is here just to, like, I suppose, destroy the whole area. And now we finished that, we're going to get out of here. We have more Crystarium to move through. And with that cutscene finishing, that's going to be us finished for another episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you at the next episode. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Again? There's no end to these guys.
Hey, you thing. Need a ride?
Don't get cute. Right, let's move it.
Take care, Dad.
it comes to home and family, we never keep either as close as we should. Whoever stops to think that this time could be the last?